Oh, snap. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible morning. Incredible morning, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How art thou? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. All right, as you guys come in, hit like, hit share, tag a friend, tag a friend. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. We are going to get started momentarily. I need to put this over here. And all right, let me check this feed, y'all. Let's check this feed to see if we blurry today or if we're good over here. Because yesterday it was tripping. I shut the computer down when I left, restarted everything. So hopefully, it's not going to mess up. It don't look as clear as I want it to be. I have no idea what's going on. It still look a little wonky, but I mean, it's going to have to do. It's a little bit better than last night. My cameras should not be looking like this, especially not that particular camera. So don't know what's going on, but we're going to make it do what it do. I mean, it's as clear as it's going to possibly get. So, hey, we're going to rock. We're going to rock with it. Lean with it. Rock with it. Lean with it. Rock with it. Lean with it. Rock with it. Hey. All right. Hello. Incredible greetings, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, we're going to try this again. All right. We're going to try this again. The discussion that we were going to have yesterday. We're going to attempt to have it today. How is everyone? I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of Honestly Speaking, which is an amazing, incredible, game-changing, hassle-free, like all the adjectives, right? Sublimation paper that allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. No butcher paper required. You can use less ink. I only use plain paper, bright white, for all of the things that you see me sublimate. Of course, set to the highest quality. We have a great video on the settings that we use for our paper, and we get amazing results. So you're going to save on ink. You're going to save on your electricity because you don't have to take your heat press up. You're not going to bake in your workspace. You're going to get it done faster so you can do more jobs. You don't have to figure out and spend time in groups trying to figure out, hey, can someone tell me the best temp and time for this substrate? About 90% of the substrates on a flat press at the same temperature and time. So once you dial in for your equipment, 365 30 seconds is kind of universal for most, but you may have to do 365 40 seconds, or maybe do 370 for 30 seconds. You got to kind of, once you dial it in, and all you have to do is do it on shirts, do it on a Dollar Tree satin pillowcase, anything really, really inexpensive. Once you dial that in, you are set. And just about every single blank that you can think of, you can do at that temp and time. Of course, depending on the thickness, you may have to adjust your pressure some, but for the most part, it's going to be spot on every single time. So it is completely hassle free. Only time you're going to have to adjust is if you're doing things like slate, if you're doing ceramics, or if you're doing glass or acrylic. Those are the only, 4? Slate, ceramic, glass, and acrylic. Those are the only four where you're going to have to, of course, make some adjustments because they are thicker. And then, of course, the acrylic is thinner and it will, curl up and stuff. That's the only time you're going to have to make any major adjustments. Actually, you know what? Let me put this phone on Do Not Disturb over here. There we go. But outside of that, our ink is 140 milliliter, guys. We have individuals who have purchased our ink and did not have to purchase more ink, and they're printing on the regular for over a year because it's 140 milliliters. That's our standard size bottle. That is 2 full refills on any Eco Tank printer. 2 full refills. Okay. So definitely check out our products. They are 25% off right now over on shop.hsink365.com. Also over there, our classes, they're 50% off right now. All of our classes, 50% off over on the website. Go check them out today. Okay. So as for me, I am your resident instructor, expert, guru, coach, professor, teacher, what else? Dean. What else have y'all called me? All these things for all things sublimation. I am normally the go-to where, I'm probably a little bit better than Epson's customer service because, they can't really help y'all when it comes to sublimation. So a lot of times I get a lot of questions about printers. What's the best printer to use? I think I am one of the best in breaking it down to help you make the best decision on which printer is going to be best for you. We're going to talk a little bit about that because I've gotten several questions about the Epson 7820, 7840, 7310, and whether or not we're going to bring back the chips. So I do want to address that in this particular video because that's a means for you to make some money, right? Whether you're using it for sublimation, if you decide you want to convert it to an Eco Tank printer, or if you want to use it as a standard printer for all of your party favors and tags and labels for your business. If you want to kind of create your own business cards, that's where that pigment ink will come in at. So we're going to talk and discuss all of those things that's going to help you make a little bit of money in 2024, as we gear up for that. We're also going to talk about design programs and what we have to offer you as far as helping you to learn to design. If this is something that you are interested in, you are in the right place. Go ahead, stick around. If you're watching the playback of it, write in the comment section playback. If you're watching live with us right now, go ahead, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are tuning in from, okay? All right. Who here is looking to make some extra money in 2024? Oh, she said sensei. The goat. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, me. Oh yeah. Did I say me? I'm from Louisiana, California. Okay, so always looking to make some extra money. Okay. Incredible morning. Hello from New York. All right. All right. So we don't have anybody over here on Facebook, YouTube that's looking to make some extra money. Okay, it's cool. This may not be the video for y'all then. Oh, we got one person, should I say? We got one person. Jamaica in the house. How art thou? Huh, that's so funny. A-Dub is actually doing one, and his also said focus on making money. That's so crazy. I guess everyone is talking about making money in 2024. Me definitely need to get my coinage up. I definitely need to up my coinage game. I am. Yes, me, Maryland in the house. All right, so I'm not a beginner. I've been doing it since 2019. Just want to learn more. So we teach quite a bit over here. Our platform has a plethora of crafty and creative individuals over here. Those who do sublimation, do party favors. I've taught balloons. So if you could let me know a little bit about what it is that you actually do, that you've been doing since 2019, that would be amazing. We still have students that work in vinyl, whether it's heat transfer vinyl or adhesive vinyl. I actually just had someone book with me because they want to be able to put vinyl 651 vinyl on like vehicles and things like that. Like that's something they want to kind of get into with putting logos and things on vehicles. So they're actually booking a one-on-one session with me for the third week in January, I think it is. They actually saw one of the image, like a few of the pictures that I did, where I did one for like a mobile company and some other things. So they're actually going to start with a vehicle for one of their family members, I think it is, but it's something that they're interested in like pursuing. So we're going to do that session. I think it's the third week of January. Yeah, I think that's the date they said. I do sublimation, party favors. I still do vinyl, and I do balloons and sew. Okay, incredible greetings to you, DTC Queen. Hello, hello, hello. I need to boost my confidence and step out of my comfort zone. I'm 100% sure that's my main issue. I'm always in my head, reasons not to step out and become better at what I do. Whoa, that was a mouthful. And I thank you for that. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being vulnerable. It's good that you have kind of identified where that main issue may be at, because now you can take steps to work on it. Okay. So Joy says she's doing vinyl, HTV, sublimation, and eco solvent. Okay. She said, let's make this bag. Okay. Always looking to gain more. Yeah, I love doing balloons. So for me, I'm actually not that. I've done a few of them, especially when they like people first was doing like the organic ones, because it just meant that you didn't have to be very structured. But I like structure. Like I am more of a just traditional column arch kind of gal. I've done a few of the balloon walls, like just linking them together. Um, for me, as much as I love balloons, I don't think people really understand how expensive it can be and how time consuming, because you have to like tie all of these balloons. So when they want balloons galore, I think they underestimate the amount of work that it takes to go and tie all of those. So I steer away from them. It's like, hey, if you want simple, I do different spirals, different colors, putting big toppers. We did the graduation event where I did basically like the balloon topiary, stuff like that. I love, love, love to do, but all the organic and the big balloons and that, I really, I do that for special folk, but I do love balloons. I think that it really brings out, like, it can be an inexpensive way to really bring out an event, add color to it, add decor to, like, just add a little bit of extra decor and just fill the room up, especially if you can do centerpieces that kind of go up. I think balloons are a great, like, compared to other decorations, it's quite inexpensive. But when you want like all these like different balloons and organic, and you want garlands here, there, it gets very pricey. But if you keep it very simple, it can be a really inexpensive way to add decor and color to a room or just to an event. I want to start my Etsy store, but I'm afraid to start it. I need to come out of my comfort zone. I do rhinestones, looking into getting into sublimation. That's why I'm here. I've done a few puzzles, but I can't get the site for printing the puzzles. Miss C, what you doing Saturday, girl? What you doing? What are you doing Saturday? I have the perfect solution for you. If you give me a few hours of your Saturday from 12 to about a good 2, if y'all are really rocking with your girl, we might even push it to 3. We might can squeeze in 3 hours, okay? But if you can give me a few hours of your time on Saturday, you will never have that issue again. I promise, I can guarantee you, you will never have an issue on getting the right size for your puzzles if you just give me 2 hours of your time on Saturday. It's $16. You don't even have to pay $34. You go to the site right now, you can go and get, like, we're gonna cancel that out. That will never be an issue for you again. $16 Saturday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You down? Let me know if you're down. If you are, girl, I'm about to change your life on Saturday. It is all of our classes are 50% off right now. 50% off. Every last one of them. Essentials to Silhouette Studio, Essentials to Photoshop, the Memorial one. Somebody said they want to do party favors. You want to up your game, do it in Silhouette Studio. I got some great tips and tricks in there. How to make your own templates and things. So that's in the party favor ones. That one is on sale. How to make your own SVGs, i.e. vector files. That's on sale. The switch up, photo editing in Photoshop. Let me see. Hold up. What else on here? Hold on. Let me tell you what else on here. The Sublimation Crash Course, pricing therapies, the graduation fan boot camps, graduation stalls, pricing for profit. Those who struggle with pricing, that is on sale. So let's do your first cuts, t-shirt business roadmap, which that one, I mean, it's on sale, but we have like, it's one that's coming up a little bit better. And I will even, when I drop that one, just make sure you're on the list and you're ready for it. I mean, you can get that one if you want, but when I drop the next one, I'll sweeten the deal for you on the t-shirt business roadmap, because there were some things in there that just kind of, I was like, seriously, really, what the hell? So it wasn't my fault, but you know, Photoshop essentials, foundations of designing, superhero face switch up, the creative designing crash course, intro to Photoshop, image editing and effects, the oversized sublimation printing with the small setup. I mean, I still like, I don't know why y'all want to do that, but if you want the full sublimation seminar, that was 6 days, Sublimation 101, how to get started, understanding heat presses and heat sources, common mistakes and errors, designing software breakdown, understanding substrate, hands-on sublimation day. That was the 6-day seminar. That's on there. Custom text effects, you can save 50% on that. Event decor, party favor creations, you can save 50% on that. Vector, Memorial, Essential Silhouette Studio, the switch up, Cricut DS to Silhouette Studio crossover, so that you kind of understand apples for apples, oranges for oranges, on how to go from Cricut Design Space to Silhouette Studio. All of that, 50% off. What y'all waiting on? What you waiting on? Oh, I need that class. So with the silhouette discount, how much is it? How much is what? I'm not sure what you're asking. With what discount? Yes, SVG is essentials for rhinestones. I'm easily distracted. Are the classes to the point? So interesting question. For you, for some people, when they say what's to the point. Now, what I can say is I don't spend a lot of time in my classes just kind of going over like fluff. The classes are not these quick tutorials. We go into detail. It's to the point of what we're discussing, like whatever the topic is, but we go into detail. We allow people to ask questions. I've been doing this for a really, really long time. I mean, from the first time I was introduced to graphic designing, that's 26 years ago. Some of the other things within like the past 13 years, 15 years, like as far as like event planning and things of that nature. Silhouette Studio, 10 years that I've been using Silhouette Studio. So there's a lot of information, and it's really hard for me sometimes to make everything like completely beginner, because my mind isn't really on a beginner level. So I allow for people to ask questions. So we have all of that in there, but everything that we do in that class is on point. It's on topic. So I'm not sure what your definition is of to the point. As far as like being easily distracted, there are classes where I'm allowing people to follow along, or like I have to kind of wait for them to catch up so they can click and they can make sure they understand it and then be able to ask questions. So if that part will end up distracting you, you can easily like just fast forward, because these are all now playbacks. They were all shot in front of a live Zoom audience. So um, you know, pauses, breaks aren't in there. We don't edit it out because we want those who attend the class or enroll in the class even after the live one. We want you to feel like you're still a part of that live experience. So we don't cut anything out, because there are some great lessons to be learned. One thing about me, God loves me. So, right, He always has me make happy mistakes because it becomes a teaching moment. So, I don't profess to being perfect in these. There are times where I may click on the wrong thing or something may happen, but it becomes a teaching moment. If you are someone that can take notes and you can actually learn from like mistakes and stuff like that, you're going to absolutely love our classes. But I don't do a lot of fluff. We don't go and we stop and we and all that unnecessary stuff and just taking up time, just sitting there talking about stuff that don't pertain to it. That's not going to happen in our classes. We stay on point. And because we stay on point, yeah, I mean, people love to stay in there. They're asking questions. So sometimes it can run a little bit longer, but it's always on point. We don't go into no other foolishness. All right, let's see. That's one thing you guys never ever have to worry about. Within our academy, every single class comes with the playback. We record two different ways. So if one fails, we have a backup. So you never ever have to worry about that. It's always recorded. And you have lifetime access to the playbacks for anything that you purchase, which is one of the reasons why we do more so like just go ahead, buy the classes straight out versus a subscription. Most times when you have a subscription, you have all these classes, especially if it's like a bunch of classes in there and you can't get to them all, or you need a refresher, but you may not be able to really, keep going with that. We all kind of get to a point to where, certain subscriptions, I may have to chill on that for a while. I got to tighten up the reins. But once you pay for our classes, they are yours. They are yours to keep and watch as many times as you need. Oh, I didn't thank you. I forgot to change it because we did it. So this is actually day 2. Thank you so much for that. Let me go in and correct that because it's technically the second day. The first day that we did this, it's on Saturday the 30th. The first day that we did it on Sunday, December 17th. And that's where we went over a lot of, the basics and fundamentals of sublimation, how to get started. We went over like how to do taper tumbler templates, tongue twister. We went over that. But one of the things that I have noticed in many of the groups that I'm in, it's like, I got my printer, I got ink, I got paper. I don't know where to start when it comes to designing. Can I do this from an iPad? Can I do it from a mobile device? What program should I use? I don't know how to adjust this template. I don't know how to, size things properly. How do I? This is what I am seeing the most of. So many people got the basic information. They were watching TikTok videos. They were watching YouTube videos. They're in groups. They're seeing people make these amazing things like tumblers and keychains and shirts and stuff like that. And that's all they saw, right? They didn't bother to ask any questions about designing. they get these machines and it's like, or these printers, and it's like, okay, what the hell do I do now? So I decided to add on a day. So those who kind of, they were okay with just that first one, you're now getting a bonus to it, right? You're getting a bonus to the crash course, and you're going to get an extra day, and we're going to go over design softwares. We're going to go really deep into templates and things of that nature on Saturday. So it's going to be heavy emphasis on design, design softwares. I'm constantly getting questions about, well, which file type do I need an SVG? Because a lot of the sublimation users in these craft groups are coming from a world of Cricut. Like, a lot of them are Cricut because, we haven't converted everybody over to Silhouette just yet, or Caesar Romeo or Juliet, because that's a newer cutter. So it's a lot of people coming over from Cricut. And what they know, in the Cricut world is, hey, I need an SVG. If I want something that was layered and had all these colors, I'm looking to purchase an SVG file. Or they're going to, basically do their version of tracing and, contouring, all of that. So when it comes to sublimation, it's a whole new world, because there's so many like options. Like, you're not limited to just solid colors. You can do things with splashes and shading and watercolors and backgrounds and highlights and all sorts, like full on color designs. But it's like, how do I size it? How do I make sure it fits the template? And things of that nature. I am hoping, I did try to order one. I'm not big on the really, really big, like Stanley like tumblers and stuff, but I did order one. I don't know if it's going to be here like before Saturday so that I can go and like figure out the whole template thing. So many people keep asking me about a 40 ounce, and I'm like, dude, I've never used those. I'm like, why I just didn't. And at first I wasn't, because I'm like, I have no need for them. I don't market them. I don't try to sell them. I just think it's just too much. But I did go ahead and try to order one just for the sake of showing you guys how to do the template. If it's not here, hey, that was just going to be a bonus. I'm not guaranteeing that I will be able to show you about a 40 ounce. I can break it down though, because what have y'all in the chokehold is that little piece that come down. And how do I go and do that? And you really, really can't. Like, so I can somewhat like demonstrate or go over like some pros and cons and things that you should be aware of. But as far as like an actual template, yeah, I can't really help you on that one. But Saturday is going to be great. Okay, let's see. Will it be a print and cut with the Pro 24 or 5? I'm not sure what you mean. Print and cut for what? What you mean when I said the Silhouette first cuts? Anyone that knows me knows I don't really deal with, well, if you've been here for a while, if you're new here, let me kind of let you in on a little something. I can't stand the 24 inch. I have been preaching since day one. Don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it. I do not have one. I can never show you what to do with it. It's like, some people say they love it. There's some people that have it. Hopefully you can learn from them. Anyone with a 24 inch, you end up having to set up a one-on-one session, because, hey, we're going to work off of yours, and I'm going to do my best to kind of work you through certain things. I teach print and cut one way and one way only. When it comes to the 5, I do not have that one. They do not have the white in the version that I want, so I do not have a 5 yet. But when it comes to the machine, like, everything else is still the same. How you're going to set your file up is going to still be the same. If you are having specific issues, I'm saying this all the time, don't throw away your images. Don't, take some pictures, take some videos. I cannot help you if you're not showing me what's going on with your system, because I don't necessarily have those issues. I've never had those issues with my cameos. And I literally have all 4 generations. I have 3 originals, a 2, a 3, and a 4. And I don't have those major issues that some people are having. Sometimes it's just a matter of you placed your mat in the wrong spot. Like, something as simple as that. Or you have your roller in like your right roller in the wrong spot. So once you go and you correct those, if you're having issues, then it's going to be something specific to your setup, how you are designing. And a one-on-one session is going to be the best way to rectify that issue. Someone says, I can't stand my 24-inch, which is why I'm glad Caesar. I mean, I've actually, their tracking is a little iffy for me, but I'm kind of sort of liking the Caesar Romeo, which is their 24-inch cutter. I still design in Silhouette Studio, and then I take it over to Leonardo, and then I cut it out on the, what's that thing called? The Caesar. All right. Let's talk about how we're gonna make some money in 2024. All right. Okay, so I had to go back up. How are we gonna make some money in 2024? I like to, I know. Like I try to mix in some HTV. I really want to do some more like vinyl things and doing like decals and stuff like that for you guys. But we have an amazing product line and we're trying to make it a household name. So a lot of my content, is geared around summation. It is not the only thing that I do. If you're in my Facebook groups, you are more than welcome to post questions about anything that you've heard me talk about. Party favors, if you needed some assistance when it came to balloons, HTV, screen print transfers, white tone, like I have experienced in just about everything except embroidery directly, but I can answer some questions and I can also direct you to people that can help you, like my girl Alexis Galloway. But I know a whole lot of it. I'm gonna say I know a little bit about a little bit. I know a whole lot of it about a whole lot of it. Okay. So feel free to still come with those. Just because you see us talk or you see me talk about summation a lot, I got a brand, I got a product that I gotta push. I gotta convert people over to the HS Ink life because our paper is like no other. When people are asking me about tumblers, I can't tell you why your paper not giving you the results that you want, but I can tell you about this paper and how it's going to give you results like this. I can't tell you why the other paper not papering. Like I can't tell. I don't know. Can't tell you why the yellow tape that you purchase is leaving yellow marks everywhere. This one doesn't. This all I can do is showcase my product, so that we can become a household name. I need for any and everybody to be talking about HS Ink. Honestly speaking, everybody should be getting them a pack because it's on sale for 25% off. Oh, by the way, tacky paper. If you are a lover of the tacky paper, we have less than 10 of 11 by 17 and less than 20 of 8.5 by 14. Once they are gone, they are gone. There will be no more anytime soon. So if you love tacky paper and you've been trying holding out, I'm going to order some. It might not be here tomorrow. Okay. So if you're waiting until tomorrow to order, it may not be here. We have less than 10 of 11 by 17 and less than 20 of 8.5 by 14. Once they are gone, they are gone. 13 by 19 has been gone for a long time. And then you have some 8.5 by 11s, but they will be gone. Okay. How long can you leave a tumbler wrap before you sub it? A year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? There's no time limit. There's no time limit whatsoever. All right. For me, my philosophy for all crafters, creatives, those who do anything custom. If you do anything custom, your foundation starts at, your foundation starts at designing. That is where your foundation starts. If you do not know how to pick the right designs. If you're not strong in designing, wait, I'm team no time work schedule. I paid for it because everyone's time is money. Do I need to watch it to get an answer? Not sure what she means by that. Sorry. It's someone that's actively on the site. So, okay. In order for you to create any type of any type of product, designing is your foundation. If you're not comfortable with designing, you then have to figure out what type of designs are going to be best for your audience, who you're selling to. Is it mom designs? Is it rustic? Is it like floral? Is it animal print? Is it like things with pictures? And then you're going to end up finding the ideal templates for that. You're going to need to know what to search for to find what's going to be ideal for the type of clientele that you are looking to market to. Let me help you out right now. If you are struggling or you feel like you are struggling with making sales and making money, sometimes it's not. Now, I know someone was very open, honest, and vulnerable and said it's confidence. That can be a factor, but what can be a contributing factor to the lack of confidence is you're trying to service everybody. You have this notion that because I am a crafter, I am a creator, I have this printer, I have these design programs, I can customize any and everything, I should be able to sell to everybody. That mindset is going to be the quickest way for you to make no money, because you're not going to have any direction on how you market. So for me, right, our product, we market to those who are fed up with trying to figure out temps and time. It's hassle-free. We market to those who are beginners because you're not, again, hassle-free. You're not going to have to figure out all of these different temps and times. Those who are budgeting, our product line is perfect for you. It's cost effective. You're not going to have to buy as much like butcher paper and keep replenishing that. You don't need to use a lot of like heat tape. You're going to save on your electricity bill because you're not going up to 400 degrees. Your ink is going to last longer. So we know who we are targeting when it comes to that. That's why we are using that type of verbiage when I'm promoting the paper, when others are promoting the paper. It's about the lower temps, lower times. It's about all of the benefits of it. We market to those who appreciate benefits. We market to those who also appreciate not just going and buying a paper just because it's inexpensive. Because when you have a question, when you run into a roadblock, you run into a brick wall with something that you're doing, can you contact that company? Do they have any type of, even if you can't contact them directly, do they have any type of instruction, any type of teaching, training that's going to help you not just waste paper, waste ink, waste blanks? We do. So we know who to target with that. When it comes to my classes, those who really appreciate, and you need step-by-step instructions. You need a visual representation. You need someone that's going to stay on point, someone that's willing to answer your questions. You are a beginner. Don't get me wrong. We have classes and they are great we have things that are great for those who are not quite beginners. It's like, I know the foundation, I know the basics. Now I need to really work on like just understanding design, working on my creativity. We have programs and classes for them, but a lot of our core classes are for beginners. Those who are in these groups asking these questions, and people will say, Google, go to YouTube. If Google and YouTube were the answers, what would be the need for Facebook groups? What would be the need for anyone to go and make a TikTok video? If you all you had to do was just type it in and it just came up on Google somewhere and all the answers were there, why are questions being asked every single minute on the minute, every hour on the hour, every day on the day about the same things that are so-called Googleable or YouTubeable? Like, why? So we have classes that are great for beginners that's going to give you all the information that you're going to need. You may have to, get that in like 1 or 2, 3 or 4 classes because again, 26 years. I'm giving you 26. I cannot put 26 years of experience and expertise in one class. But every single class builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. So we know who we are marketing to. I'm not trying to go and market to someone who like they are an expert and like they're just, how can I say it? Like my audience is crafters. I'm not, they can learn from it. It's like the starting point. Okay, here it is. For Sublimation, am I teaching you how to cut and sew? No. That's something that comes after you learn the foundations. Am I teaching you how to make cheer uniforms, football uniforms, track uniforms, wrestling uniforms? Because that's nothing but sublimation and that's mass produced. Am I teaching you how to do that? No, right? Because that's not my wheelhouse. My audience are crafters. They are beginners, intermediate, somewhere in there. Some people will eventually graduate from what it is that we do, right? What we teach. And you're going to need an instructor that's going to take you to the next level. Have you identified who you're selling to? Is your product more so for kids? They're for kids. You want to have things that appeal to them, but you may not be in a space. If you're on social media, guess what? Kids are not going to necessarily see your items if you are making things for children. You need to appeal to the folk with the money, their parents, their grandparents, their aunties, their uncles, their goddies, their older siblings. But you have to make it in a way to where they want to buy this for that child. So you have to know how to market. And then that's going to help you in how to design. If your target audience, as far as the things that you make, I have a small format printer. I know that I can make money making shirts for adults, but I don't want to piece it together. I'm not going to make any real money piecing together an order of 12 shirts for a bunch of adults because I have a small format printer. I can make money. I can make money making custom birthday outfits, up to like 1T, 2T, 3T, 4T, 5T, maybe even like to a youth small, youth medium. I can do that with my printer. So why would I be wasting my time looking for designs that cater to adults? I want every single design that's in every single group. Like, oh my God, I like that. You're thinking about you. If you are not doing this as a hobby and making stuff for yourself, you have to remove self from the equation and think about who you are marketing to and create designs based off of who you are marketing to. That's going to help you when it comes to fonts. Why do you need all of these unnecessary fonts when you can't figure out what font to use when it's time to actually design? Because you have way too many. You did not get fonts based off of what your niche was, who your target audience was. That's like the root of a lot of your issues and not making money. You're trying to service everyone. You're doing too much when it comes to designing. Some of you guys don't even know how to design. That's where I come in at. Little tweaks, changing colors, knowing what colors you can change. Well, what things can you change the colors on? What things you can't change the colors on? Is there a way to improve a file? Can I make it where it's a better quality? How can I change the quality? You're frustrated and you're spending time and you're going to get these programs like Photoshop because you think that Photoshop is the holy grail. It can do any and everything. You're going to get this program. You're going to bring that image in. You're just going to be clicking on stuff and you're going to be frustrated until you go and find out what you were trying to do can't be done. There's so much more to learn past but you're leaving out the design part. How to design for your audience. If you're heavy on birthday designs, is it girly birthdays, more masculine birthdays? That's going to help you choose the right elements. I want to create keepsakes. I want to do things with, I can add pictures to. How do I add the pictures? How do I remove backgrounds? Someone today, they had one. I got to go find that post because I wanted to help her out and remove it. It was a picture, and it's like one of those old school pictures where they took it on a really black, dark background. So it's like a profile picture. It's on a black background. So no background remover is going to really pull that away because her hair is black. It might get around the glasses and her face, and her shirt was like blue. But where the hair is and stuff, it's going to be hard to separate. Well, how do I do that? That's something that's actually a really easy edit to make, as long as you're willing to use edit points and the pen tool. Photoshop is great. Quick selection, magic wand does nothing for that type of removal. So if you're just focusing on the click and remove, oh, I want to do Canva because you can just click on it and remove the background. Photoshop has a background remover, or I can use my magic wand. I can use the quick selection. Something where there is no contrast in the color, none of those will work. So you have to now learn the tools before we got all of this great technology and there's just a click of a button. Because how I learned Photoshop and to remove things, especially like hamburgers, we used to make menus in class, pen tool, edit points, and using them to manually trace around it. That's one of the things I love teaching. I love opening up people's eyes to edit points and the pen tool and how to manually trace. I geek out. I really, really geek out when it comes to teaching that part of it. Okay. Ooh, we don't often get too many guys. So I thank you, David, for stopping by our video. We got a few of them, but this is it's more women that kind of come on. Now, if you guys notice, I never say things like ladies, I'm doing, our sisters, because I like to teach everyone. I love it when the guys come over and it's like, hey, come on in. We welcome you over here. I do not have a platform where I cater to teaching to women. Okay. Hey, John, how art thou? How are you? So we'll talk about this. So I'm gonna, I know I see that that's a struggle. We've had sessions. We have like our creative business program. We've talked about finding your target audience in that, and it really takes time. You have to be willing to create bullet points, create a list, figure out what is it that you can do. Like for me, when I first started with customs, it was in youth sports. I was a cheer coach. I was active on the parks. Then my son got into track. My son got into football. That's somewhere where I was at all the time, all the time. So I spent about 3 years. I pretty much stopped doing event stuff. Like I spent about a good 3 years where I was almost exclusively doing nothing but designs for football moms, cheer dads, track, basketball. 3 years, no birthdays, no memorial. I was always kind of doing memorial, but it was not as heavy. But like no birthdays, no like just random stuff. Everything that I was doing, every image that every file that I like purchased or element that I purchased, if I'm looking for fonts, it was all sports related, nothing else, because that is the world that I was in. And I'm like, why not capitalize off of this? You got to figure out who you like. You got to be willing to write it down. If you have not written down who your ideal client is, and I mean, go deep, okay? Make up literally a whole, like a person. Give them a name, give them a job. What type of like income do they have? Are they someone that's like an impulse buyer? You would think, like, some people think that that's silly, but that is you actually identifying the type of client that you want to go after. What type of home do they live in? Are they a townhouse girly, or family, or is it somebody that is just me, but I want 8 rooms? Are they family oriented? Because then they might be someone that's going to always buy something based off of somebody's birthday. Oh, I love to put a smile on my family's face. Oh, they like that. Are they the type of person where they're in the stores and it's like, oh, such and such would like this. Oh, they will like this, and they're just buying? Because there's a way that you can target them, but you have to be willing to actually put in that kind of work and research on the front end. If you're already in the midst of it, take a step back. Give yourself an hour a day to create this list, create this customer avatar, create this person, create this persona, create this family, create this scenario, so that you now know what words to use, what imagery to use, how to create your files, what's going to resonate with them. Okay. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's see. I have seen people in certain groups all questions about the paper they purchased from the creator of the group, and they don't get any answer. They get any help or answers with the issues. I can honestly say I'll never use anybody else's products, because your product and your customer service is excellent. Plus, you give more information. You give more than enough of yourself to us, Team 365. Oh, thank you. Let's see. I love edit points. Someone said, preach, Professor. You have to find your lane. Grand Rising. That has to be Eric. uh, yes, that's what I need. Was it hard to stay focused on that target audience? It actually wasn't. Because if you're talking about, for me, as far as the youth sports, there's so many different youth sports, and a lot of those kids go from one sport to the next. Like, once one is over with, they're going to the next. Basketball, they're going to baseball. Sometimes it intertwines. So when you've made something for them for one sport, and you're like at that park, you're at like that location, and they still come to you for a different sport. Okay, now my son is in baseball season. I need a shirt for this, that, and the third. When they're going out, I'm not at the baseball games. I'm not at, the gym for gymnastics and stuff like that. I'm not at the dojo for those who are in martial arts. I'm not going there. My kids aren't in it, but they go and they're wearing these shirts. And it's like, oh my God, that's so nice. Especially when it's one like the organization doesn't have a lot of branded shirts. So it's like, oh my God, where'd you get that from? They give them my information. I now have a new customer who I otherwise would not have had probably any possibility of like really getting, because my client, they're making stuff for them for every single sport. So it wasn't hard for me to stay focused on that particular niche. Um, no, I don't think he was talking about the training. He was talking about the niche, because she said people find it hard to listen to a 30-minute training. They get sidetracked. I mean, no, people really, really do. They do get sidetracked. I will say, these live videos are always, they're kind of all over the place, because there's questions and things coming in, which is why I have dedicated classes. When we have the dedicated classes, if it's like in the open Q&A towards the end, I might answer a few off-topic questions. But most of the time when people ask me like some off-the-wall stuff, hey, no, we got to stay on topic. So these videos, don't let this fool you about what to expect in our classes. If it's a class on party favors and that was broken up, it's a class on the chip bag part of it, we're focused on the chip bag. If it's a class on the centerpieces, we're focused on the centerpieces. If it's a class on banners, we're focused on the banners. Designing may be a little bit of the same through all of them, but we're going to talk about it like designing in that proportion, how to make it work for like whatever the template size or whatever the proportions is. So don't let this here. I'm engaging with my customers, my viewers, and I'm answering questions. But classes stay on whatever the topic is. Y'all not paying me for this. So I'm really not concerned about it being super organized. I'm just not gonna lie. Like, I'm not concerned about it being super organized. I'm here to try and get as many questions answered and give out as much basic foundational information as I possibly can on the topic. And do you want to make money or not? Covers a lot of things. The products that you're using, the way that you are designing, who you're marketing to, that's not just one fold. So I'm kind of giving you a little breadcrumbs for all of these things. And then we have trainings that will go in depth on it, especially when it comes to products. If you're doing this as a business, you want to buy low, sell high. So where's the best place to get products from? I get that question all the time as well. Where's the best place? Where's the cheapest place? It's not about cheap. You want to get quality. Maybe, where the price point is a little bit more favorable. You want quality, but like, I wouldn't always say like, look for the cheapest place, right? Whatever you're buying it at, you then want to price accordingly. You have to know how to price. Pricing for profit, 50% off. Pricing therapy, 1 and 2, 50% off. If you struggle with pricing, you should be running. You should not be listening to me. You should be on the website getting pricing for profit, getting pricing therapy session 1, pricing therapy session 2 for 50% off. There's like, whether or not you have set your business up, have you structured your business to where you have a resale certificate and you can go to places that will have really, really great rates that are stateside, but you also have to buy it in bulk. Are you prepared to? Have you planned out? Have you budgeted to buy in bulk so that it costs you less per unit once you actually sell it? If you are someone, you're like, okay, I can't buy a case of shirts. Anyone comes into our space, I wish I can take you guys with me on the camera. You go and look, some people have seen it. We have a wall with a bunch of gray bins. In those gray bins, normally like they're filled up with cases of shirts. We were doing a lot of Sublimation shirts. I personally, well, our business, I'm gonna say personally, us professionally within our business, we were not buying 1 shirt, 2 shirts, or buying shirts just for that order. We purchased a case of every size shirt. Every size shirt. From 2T. No, we got some 12 months. I think we got some 12 months. But I know for sure, from 2T to 3X. 4X and 5X, we ordered half cases, but every size from 2T to 3X in youth, women, and unisex. Not just one in all unisex. Youth, so youth, extra small to extra large. I think there's as high as they go. Of course, 2T to like, 5T. So that kind of covers that one. Women's cut from extra small to 3X. Unisex from extra small to 3X. Full cases, 36 shirts of each one of those. Because what I did not have time for is trying to do this, do that. It takes a while to get there. Definitely will take a while to get there. But that saves me money. So when someone goes and says things like, oh my gosh, how can they do? You don't know how someone purchased their products. Me buying it in that quantity, buying it in bulk like that, my shirts come out way less than you buying one and two, especially from Michael's trying to hunt down the sale. And they deliver, reminding me I'm not wasting no gas because I brought that many shirts. My shipping was free. I didn't have to pay for it. My price point's going to be a little bit different. I can choose to price it at the same price as everybody else, and I'm just going to profit more. Or if I decide that I want to, be a little bit more competitive, am I trying to cut you down? No, I'm making the same profit margin by charging less, and I might appeal to a different clientele because, I can offer it just a little bit less. When it comes to cotton shirts, black and white shirts, same thing. Colored shirts, we don't really do that much unless it was like at one point we had like all the sizes of like yellow gold because we had my son's school. One of the parks that I was at was yellow gold. Orange was another big color that we had because of Carol City Senior High School, Carol City Park. So we used to keep orange on deck because that was a big like seller for us because my son played for the Chiefs. And then it's like our house is like literally right by the middle school and the high school. They're both orange and black. So we kept a lot of those. But that's me knowing my market, knowing who I'm selling to. It makes it easier. I don't have to figure out all of these different colors. But if you are trying to appeal to everyone, you're going to stress yourself out, feeling like, oh, I don't have enough of this color. How do I know how much to buy of this or buy of that? You have no direction. You cannot budget. There is no successful business that does not have a budget. There's no successful business that does not plan for the next year. Whether you create your budget monthly, quarterly, annually, if you plan for what's called your capital budget for all of your big purchases, every business plans for these in advance. A lot of the times it's based off of your sales. Are you keeping track of your sales? Do you really know how much money you made, how much money you profited? Are you keeping up with your receipts, especially if you're not putting it like on one account? You have receipts everywhere. Do you scan your receipts? Are you doing any of these things when you say that you want to be a business? If you want to make money, you also got to get organized. You got to get organized. If you don't know how to get organized, you're going to have to invest in some money for someone that's going to help you, who has experience in the same industry that you're in, and they can help you figure that out. No one's going to just give away all of their trade secrets. Other crafters will tell you the things that they do, but it's almost like the blind leading the blind. Do you want to make money, or do you just want to make money? Doesn't matter what type, like, doesn't it matter the amount, doesn't matter if it's consistent. I just want to be able to do this because I think I'm going to make money. Or do you want to make money and be consistent with making money? Which one do you guys want? Just to make money or be consistent with making money? Hi, how are you? Some people say that, I'm going to pray, that all is well. I understand going through a lot. Y'all forget I had a heart attack, so I definitely understand that, but great to see you here. Nowadays you got to do more than t-shirt, tumblers, and mugs. No, you don't. No, you don't. Is Stanley, I was just reading that yesterday. Is Stanley doing more than t-shirts, mugs? They're doing t-shirts and mugs. They're doing tumblers. It's not a bad thing to move past that when your business grows. When I started doing graduation stuff, I I see people who are brand new to the graduation season, like just doing graduation stuff, and they have flyers that have graduation stoles, buttons, t-shirts, fans, tumblers, mugs, yard signs. What else is graduation season? I think it's about it. Banners and backdrops. Like they're literally trying to provide everything. I started out nothing but fans. And baby, I was busy. Okay. I could not fathom trying to do the number of fans that I was doing and doing stuff like, oh, I forgot, grad cap toppers, stoles, yard signs. Who? My first yard signs were not full on color. They were not. My first yard signs, I was already doing stuff with vinyl. I'm putting vinyl on cups. I'm making decals. So my first set of yard signs, my first design, some people even purchased that template. Baby, it was for you to cut out with somebody vinyl and put on that coroplast. Throw that in a yard, keep it moving, shout it. So I would say that was probably the first thing, was me making vinyl-based yard signs. Then I did graduation fans. Then I did graduation toppers. I think graduation toppers and full printed yard signs came at the same time. Graduation stoles came the season after that. Every year I added on something, but I perfected the thing before. So now I'm not learning how to do 7 different things, messing up blanks for 7 different things. I did it progressively and I still made money during that, like each of those seasons. I mean, my first year, I would say probably my first year, my second year doing fans, had quite a few lovely people just straight up just hijack my design. Had somebody take the design that I made and photocopied it to be able to make like some other ones or whatever. And then when they realized and they saw how much, I'm telling y'all, I was selling. Okay. I was selling. So much so to where it's like, wait, if she making money that, okay, we got to tap in on this. Their designs before looked nothing like it. Then I saw the recreation. It's quite funny. Very, very funny. The recreation of my setup. Someone here in Florida. I mean, they were damn near identical. Like you could at least support it, went on ahead and brought the template. Like, I mean, dang, I gave the template. Like at that time, I think the templates was only like $2. They just, recreated my stuff, but it was cool. It was cool. I'm here for it. Hey, you made your coins. I'm glad that I could be an inspiration to you. But that's how much business I was doing in fans, to where it's like, okay, if she's doing these numbers, I got to get in on this. So I'm not going to say that you have to do all of those. If you know your market, you know how to sell it. You don't have to do all those things. Be consistent making money. I need to be consistent. Consistency absolutely needs a business budget. Hello, national business builders, they would know. Y'all need some help in figuring out how to reduce your tax liability? Head on over to TikTok or do a Google search for National Business Builders that is run by the McKinneys. They can definitely help get you right. Okay. I just started my business a month ago. So, Halo and Horns, I have a question for you. Before you started this official business a month ago, how many months or how many years had you invested in perfecting the things that you turned into a business? Hey. We're not talking about that in this one. Send us an email. That is where I want to start tumblers, mugs, and teas. Okay. I have obtained some equipment and learned that I don't need them. Do you know a great way to unload equipment? I do not. I mean, outside of, seeing if there's any groups that will allow you to post it. Some people are kind of leery, because there are some scammers and stuff like out there. Maybe making videos where you're showing that it does actually work, explaining why it is that you want to get rid of it. If you want it to just be to someone local, if you don't have like the things to properly package it to ship it, make sure that it's like your advertisements for someone local. But I would say the best way for you to unload that would be to act, even though you're not doing it, would be to make a video actually using it so people can see that it actually works, because that's going to be their fear. They want to see that it's working. Maybe put something where you're showing the date and time, that this is not like an old video. This is showing that it's actually working in real time. Post that video to TikTok, post that video to YouTube, post that video to marketplaces, or like just the pictures and stuff of it on marketplaces. But people are going to want to see that it actually worked, especially if it's a sublimation printer, because if they don't know how long it's been sitting, they don't know if it's been clogged. Because like you said, you're not using it, you're not using any of them. If it's something that's going to clog, they need to see that it's actually working. So make sure that you really put out visuals that this equipment works. I'm not trying to get off, junk, just get rid of something that's junk. It actually works. It just is something that I don't need right now. Um, at least a year in terms of the product manufacturing, but learning how to use the machine, learning how to design, etc. So right now you're learning how to use the machines and learning how to design. Did you say at the beginning you are going to name some pigment ink printers? I did not. I did not. I said I have videos where I've gone over all those, and we sell pigment ink, but I was not going to go over pigment inks. Our sublimation crash course, Crafting Virgo, is tomorrow, the 30th at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. All right. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay. No, that was before starting business. Now I'm working on building brand, networking, and marketing. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Because there's all, and I don't say that to always know that everything that I kind of say, it's never as attacking on anyone. I don't know. Like my YouTube channel is 35,600 on one YouTube channel, 25,400 on another. I have Facebook groups with 12,000 people in them. So it's a lot of people that will kind of interject. They'll let me know different things. I don't know what level you're on. So I am one where I ask a lot of questions. I do ask a lot of questions to get a better understanding of who I'm speaking with. That way I can give the right guidance. I don't feel like all information is for everyone. Even if it's about business, it's just not for everyone. Some people are at different stages. Some people have mastered what it is they do, but they need help with marketing. Even though I'm on here for certain things, I struggle with marketing, right? Sometimes for some, it's nothing for them to drop money on ads. But then you have to know like how to properly target, those ads. When it comes to organic marketing, I can be on here all day long, but I also know that I have to figure out a way to get others to post. Like I promise y'all, we got sales in paper, okay? I promise you, people buy paper every single day. They have amazing results. They'll come on and say, I love it, I love it, I love it. They're probably, I don't think I have a lot of individuals who are heavy on social media with like posting their work or like taking pictures even. I know so many creators and business owners who really don't have a good portfolio of all the things they've done. Like they've done so many things, but because their time management is not great, they're rushing, they don't create prototypes and kind of samples, they don't know how to take pictures. You will never know that they've been in the game for so long and how much work they've actually done because they suck. Sorry, I don't have a better word to describe it. Y'all suck at taking pictures. But I promise y'all, people use our products every single day. Every single day. Okay. What class is today? I keep trying to catch up your classes. I don't have any like paid scheduled classes that are for today. We have a couple live videos that we're going to do. I'll be live pretty much the majority of the day. I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes now. I'm probably going to end this one because I do want to kind of get into, I answered a lot of questions. It's been a rough time getting you guys to engage. So much so to where YouTube and Facebook was on punishment for, how long y'all been on punishment? About 3 months now? 3 months? They didn't get a Q&A. They get a couple demos here and there, but Q&A and general talk like this, baby, they have not got that. They've been on punishment because they were not engaging. Today, they doing a little something over here, but y'all be over here on TikTok. Y'all be ready for the information. Y'all be ready over here. So I've kind of jumped around a little bit. Today's focus was supposed to be on designing and then like me going over the same thing I did before, going over Silhouette Studio, Canva. Today I was actually going to show a little bit of Photoshop. So I'm going to come back because I do have to go pick up Zion Imani's iPad. Or I'm going to see if my husband can go get it. But I want to kind of do, just to give you guys a little example of what we're going to go over on Saturday. So I want to show you a little bit of Silhouette Studio. I want to show you a little bit of Photoshop, a little bit of Canva, some really, really basic things because it's so important. It's like the small details to add names. I was so shocked. The last Tumblr that I did, and someone was like, oh my God, how'd you come up like with this design? And to me, it was like so simple. Like it was for a teacher. It had some color pencils. It had like it had line paper. And then the name was just going on there. So just adding like names to stuff. That's really, really easy to do. People ask me, do you take your name up or you go down? Really don't matter. Sometimes it's based off of the other elements that's on it. So you can make a lot of really, really easy, simple changes, and it can change the look of it. It becomes custom. The moment you put someone's name on something, it becomes custom. You do not have to reinvent the wheel, make it a totally new design, change the colors on it, change the font. You can literally use the exact same font, the exact same colors, and it's like my customization, the personalization for this, the custom effect for this is the fact that you can get this Tumblr with your name on it. This right here, I made same exact Tumblr and I made it for 6 different teachers. All I did, and these, so for this one, because I was doing them in videos, I did not put the name in the sublimation print. I end up putting the names on it in vinyl. 6 different teachers, same exact Tumblr. The font was the only thing that changed. If you watch my last video that's on YouTube and it has the teacher design, it said Miss Smith. But then when I did the professor, I was saying in that video, the professor did not look good like Miss Smith did in that font. That's when you want to kind of change them up. So I end up maybe changing up a few of them because it was too many letters and things like that. But other than that, same exact Tumblr. I pre-made a bunch of these because I did not know what names were going to go on them. I end up putting black vinyl on it. Bing, bang, done. Bing, bang, bong, done. So simple edits. You can sell this. This is a product. I can go and mass produce a bunch of these. Print these out. My printer does nothing but print out this one file. And as orders come in, I'm going to do it in vinyl. I'm going to put it on there. As long as it's not too thin, it won't come off. Permanent vinyl is meant to kind of stay on there. Now, if you are somebody that does epoxy and you want to go over with epoxy, hey, by all means. But you can go ahead and just put vinyl on it. This becomes a product. And then you add a customized service by putting the name on it. Or somebody may not want their name. I just want the pencil tumbler. and they can buy this product. Do you guys know the difference between a product and a service? If you don't, go over to the website, Pricing Therapy 1 and 2. We break down product versus service. Pricing for profit, baby, it goes in. But you can get a little something, something. If you don't want to get pricing for profit, just get the therapy sessions. But we break down product versus service. That's going to help you secure the bag, because then you're going to know who to market to and how to market. Products and services are not the same value at all. When is your silhouette class? So we have our Essentials of Silhouette Studio. It's already done. It's 30 days of teaching of Silhouette Studio. That is going to always be our foundation. Always be our foundation. We have the subscription-based one. I end up changing it from a 6-month to a 3-month. That is going to start the second week of January. Once my kids go back to school, that's going to start. And that's where we're not going to go through the full 30 days, but we're going to go through some basic things. And I'm going to teach you about basic designing in Silhouette Studio. Some of you guys want to know the beginner way to do certain designs, and that's not a beginner design. A full-on obituary with 30,000 pictures in it is not in any way, shape, or form beginner. Doing, interlocking and that's not beginner. We are going to focus on beginner design concepts in the bachelor's. The master's will go a little bit deeper, adding more complicated elements, more steps to it to create different visual effects, but that's master's. But the bachelor's, well, they both start the second week of January after my kids go back to school. Someone said, that's me. Most of the time I forget to take pics. Let's see who pays attention when we have classes. Let's see. I might gift you something. The first person that can answer it. Okay. So my question to you is, what is one of, let me see, how can I word it? I'm going to word it. I want to help y'all out. I really want to help y'all out. I want to help somebody, help somebody. Let's, I'm going to give away something, give away some stuff. Okay. If you struggle with taking pictures of your final, like this is for a customer, it's like last minute sometimes, you struggle with that, like being able to get those pictures in. What is something that I suggest that you do to ensure that your business has pictures to show? Let's see who pays attention, because I've said this a couple of times. What is something that I suggest that you do to be able to get pictures for your business, like to be able to post and promote? My TikTok is Shakia the Professor 365. We also have, make sure y'all go like 365 Creative Academy, because I'm going to be doing a lot more of the program type stuff on that platform, because Shakia the Professor 365, my TikTok shop is connected to that. So that's going to be more so for our products, and it's going to be for Sublimation. So 365 Creative Academy is where I will be doing a lot more content for just like teaching and like little tips and tricks here for different design programs. Oh, definitely not mock-ups. No, I don't recommend mock-ups. Okay, so she said, say the question again. If you are someone that struggles with getting pictures of your products, your finished products, before you package them up and give them to your client or ship them out, What is something that I suggest that you do to be able to have pictures to post? Nope, we're not asking customers for pictures. Nope, customer pictures, they don't clean their cameras. It's the wrong angle. What I suggest, you can get whatever angle you want in the best lighting, all of that. Have someone else take them, have customer. I mean, you do want customer pictures. You want them to tag you. Like that's just for social proof. But when you're trying to post things and you want to be able to have those nice, clean pictures, y'all don't be paying attention. Y'all don't be taking notes. Nope, not have someone else take them. And I guarantee you, every last one of you have, at a minimum, 10 of them in your possession right now. Oh, Teresa, you kind of close. You kind of close. You kind of close. You kind of close there. You kind of close over here too. But if you limited on, if you're limit, that's like what y'all said is actually the top one to do. But sometimes y'all feel like I don't want to waste stuff. So come on, seriously. Bam! Use your oopsies. Your customers, this is one spot. Y'all want to go and immediately burn them off, cover them up. If you don't turn that baby around and take pictures of it find its angles. You can take it in whatever light that you want. You can edit the picture after the fact. Y'all go and y'all get so upset and so heartbroken about the oopsies. Oh my gosh. If you don't use that and take it from different angles and make it worth your while, I know something. I guarantee y'all got about 10 shirts you feel like the color was wrong. Who knows that but you? But it's still a product picture. Maybe somebody will like it in that color. If you don't stop crying over spilled milk and take them damn pictures in the middle of the night, whenever you have free time, those oopsies are sitting somewhere in a pile, in a box, waiting for their moment. Put me in, coach. Okay? I'm ready for my close-up. Now, I do recommend that you do have some type of product. Do you need to have a picture of every single design that you do? No. Mock-ups can work for that, but someone wants to see the product. All right, so we're going to do, okay, so over here, the first person was Country Road Creations. Pick a class. Let me know which one you want access to. You need to create an account on my Academy site, 365 Creative Academy, because that way I can just add you to it. So go over there, make an account, send me a message, let me know what class you want to be added to. On this side, let's see. Michelle, well, you got a lot of classes. Message me, whether it's a class. If we send you a product, you got to pay shipping on it. Because I know you got, I mean, if it's a class that you don't have, you won't, let me know. But you were the first one over here. And then make more than one. You also let me know if there is a class. If it's a product, you gonna pay shipping on it. Okay, you gonna pay shipping and handling on it. Okay. Over here it was. Oh, it's still Country Road. So yeah, you answered kind of both ways. But I highly recommend that. Okay, well, no. I was over here yesterday. So y'all should be able to answer. It was messing up over here, but I've said it before, right? If you're starting out, if you're struggling with creative block, what's something that I suggest that you do? What is something that I suggest that you do if you're struggling with creative block, can't figure out the right designs, you don't have things, outside of blank, oopsies. You don't have any, let's say you don't have any oopsies. You literally you're starting from scratch, day one. But I want to be able to have something to be able to post. She said, pray. That's not funny, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's not funny, but it's funny. But it's true. You want to pray. But no, not that. I said it over here yesterday. That should be fresh on y'all mind. And it was quite a few of y'all on there last night. Oh, if you weren't here, so no one's going to win this, but I'll tell you. Make something for the person you always forget about making something from. Who is that? Bam. So now let me ask this question. How many of you guys are using or can go to your closet? You have made something for yourself. You have made a shirt. You have made a tumbler. You have made a mug. You have made a fan. You have made a rag. You have made whatever. How many of you guys have made something for yourself? Right now, you can go somewhere. You can go in your craft and go in your kitchen. Okay, they slow over here. So, out of all of those people that said me, you have made something. How many of you have pictures? You own it. It's in your closet. How many of you? It's in your kitchen. It's in your craft room. How many of you have had a whole? I don't mean just no. I don't mean, oh, look what I made. Take a picture. How many of you have had a full photo session? You treated that shirt like a model. You got it in different lights. You've taken it to the front yard, the backyard. You got different angles. You got it zoomed in. You zoomed out. You turned your camera. You put it in portrait mode to where the background is blurry. I have pictures on TikTok. Of me wearing it. No, not what I'm talking about. I don't want you in it. Can you put on, when it's time for you to make that shirt for that customer, can you put that on? Do you want all the pictures on your social media? You want all the pictures on your website? Do you want them with somebody in it? It's great to have those. But if you go to any website, there's like static pictures. You just kind of have it. It looks like a mock-up, but it's not quite. I don't want you modeling it. You don't need to model it. You need pictures. You have videos. Videos don't help you. Videos don't help you. Unless you're going to try and go and get it to not move and try and get a screenshot, but then it's moving and all that. Videos don't help you. I mean, you can go, you can stop it and take a screenshot. You can go and do that. But I'm talking full on photo shoot. On average, how many pictures do you take of your products? On average, how many pictures, when you do have time to take pictures, how many pictures do you take? I ain't talking to them no more. I'm going to talk to y'all over here because y'all answer questions over here. Okay, 2, 3, choose the best one. All right, okay. So we choosing the best one. Out of these millions, 10, maybe 2, 3, how many of them do you edit? Okay, now y'all answering questions over here. How many do you edit? I take several until I get a few good picks. Why are you trying to get a good pick? How many do you edit? Okay, so graphics digital. That means you don't struggle. That means that I should be able to go to any of your social media and I should be able to see and easily pull up something that represents your business. I think that's what graphics digital. That means I should be able to go and see any of those pictures because you're taking the time to take them, multiple angles. You're taking 10 pictures. You're doing different angles. We're editing them. So are we doing all this and not posting them? Please don't use filters. Please do not use filters. Don't do it. Please do not use filters. Mm-mm. Okay. So someone says, I don't edit them. I use portrait mode. I don't know how to edit. Photos are always a struggle for me. My daughter helps me there. Is your daughter a photographer? How many of you guys are in photography groups? How many of you guys follow photographers on YouTube? How many of you guys follow photographers on TikTok? How many of you guys follow photographers on Instagram? Okay, good. So that's good because she's going to school for it. So that kind, you got an in-house one. Or y'all just spending your time in these craft groups thinking that's the way to get to the money? Be honest with yourself now. We all about honestly speaking. How many of y'all are spending way too much time in too many craft groups? You say you want to make money, yet you're not in any groups about business. You want to be able to take pictures. You're not in any groups for photography. You're not in any groups that's going to help you with marketing. All you're in is in a bunch of craft groups becoming more and more frustrated because, oh, I need that printer. I need that blank. Oh, sublimation isn't good enough. I need to do DTF. Your eyes are getting big about all of the nice, new, shiny stuff. But you're not doing anything that's truly going to help you make some money. Not focusing on the right things. You're trying to get to the money or not. The reason why you can't build up your confidence, you can't get out of this creative block. You can't figure out how to market. You can't figure out what to post. You can't figure out your websites. You are spending way too much time. The reason why you can't get sales, you can't make money is because you are spending time in the wrong places. Knowledge and skills aren't my issue. Execution is. Then No one can change that but you. That means you cannot, if you are doing everything that you can possibly do, you are putting in the work, you are executing, and something just isn't working, I can see the complaint coming in. All right, I got to figure out something. I gotta do something different. But if you go and tell me, I have the knowledge, I have the skill, I'm not executing, you can never come to me and say anything about not being successful. I don't know why. You can't complain about not getting orders. You cannot complain about not making money because you have the knowledge. You are saying yourself, you have the knowledge, you have the skill. It's execution. No one can make you execute but you. No one can stop those excuses but you. You don't have to do everything. You have to execute on something. If you telling me you have pictures, 10 different pictures, you edit them. As much as you like listening to me right now, my suggestion to you would be to close out of this live because that means you got time. That would mean for you to close out of this live and go post those pictures. Organize them. I recommend organize, or maybe organize a few. Everybody's phone, you can create albums. You can separate them so that it's easy to find when you're ready to post it. If you're still watching me and there's something that you can execute right now, you're the problem. You're the problem. Your business won't make money until you get out of your own way. Someone says they watch so many business podcasts. The moment you spend, because I look, this is my job. My job is to be on here and to get more people to come in. It's for me to see my numbers go up. I'm doing my job. Your job is not to listen to me for 3 hours. I can literally stay on here for 8 hours straight if I wanted to. 8 hours straight. But you'd be a damn fool to sit here and watch me for 8 hours straight if you're not going to get anything done. I was on a live yesterday with Eric, Shawnee D, Daryl, Corey, and I can't remember the other girl's name. And although I was on the live, I was on my computer. I was prepping that email that y'all got about that 50% off of all the classes over on HSINK365.com. I was over here creating the graphics in Photoshop for the 25% off of all 100 pack papers, 8.5 by 11, all the way up to 13 by 19, that Formula B ink, that paper, ink, and tape bundle, all 25% off. I was creating the graphics for that. Then I created the email for it. I answered some posts. People were on my inbox. I was doing work. Some of y'all might be watching me. You're at work right now. Take your lunch break. Go to your car. Instead of chopping it up with your coworkers, you got things to do. Go sit in your car. Go sit in the break room. I'm pretty sure y'all took them pictures on your phone. You ain't got no DSLR camera. Post that ish. I don't care if you made it 10 years ago. Don't nobody know unless it got like that little stamp on it that said this was made in 1982. Post it. What you waiting on? What you waiting on? You still making excuses. I just got off. I haven't started my official day yet. Still making excuses. I appreciate you wanting to stay on with me though. But I just need to make sure. I'm going to go and see if you have a link to your business pages or if I see it on here. And I need to see those pictures. TikTok encourages you to do slideshows. So you can take those pictures, just click, 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 pick a sound, put some text on there with your information on it and post it. So I'm going to make sure that I am following you. I am. And I'm going to follow up and make sure that you posted these pictures that you have, because you said you've taken 10 different pictures. You have editing on them. They're in your phone. Don't wait for 2024. 2023, you still got 2.5 days left for 2023. Post them. Post them. That's true. We need to learn other things in others to be successful on what we are doing. Yes. Finally caught alive. You hear me? Okay. I don't need you just to hear me. What does Eric say all the time? The only knowledge that is powerful is properly applied knowledge. Hear me. Hear me roar. Hear me clearly. But please make sure that you are executing. Because if you don't execute, you can't make no money. You can have all the skills and talents in the world. If your goal is to make money to gauge your success, if you do nothing with those skills and talents, you do not properly execute it, you do not market it. Not saying that you have to do a bunch of live videos, but you got to put it out there in some way, shape, or form. If you don't want to be the face of your business, figure out a way to compensate somebody else for them to be the face of your business. But you got to get it out there. You can know your worth all you want. That's great. Pat yourself on the back. You've realized that you are valuable. You are worth something. Everybody is worthy. Every single person is worthy. But if those on the outside don't see the value, they don't see the worth, you don't have a business. You can't make money. You can stand on business all you want about your prices. It took me too long. I don't use cheap products. I spent so much money on these classes to learn this. I'm not changing my prices. Okay. But if the people you are marketing to don't want to pay the prices, if they don't see the value in it, they're not going to buy it. I did not see the value in paying $2 for a Nestle Crunch. So I left the one store and went to the other store where it was only $1.50. I don't care if it was only 50 cents. I had to pass by the other place to get to where I was going anyway. So I walked out the store because I'm just not at a point in my life where at a regular store. I can see if I was at maybe like a gas station, someplace where it's like it's convenient and you have to pay a little bit more. But baby, I did not see the value in paying $2 for a standard size Nestle Crunch. Baby, we finna ride up as I'm going home. I'm gonna go to the next store that's on the way home. I was not their customer that day. Now I may have gone back. I was their customer the next day. That whole little mindset of if they don't want to pay your prices, they not your customer. Do I have my receipt? I was Wendy's customer at 9:45 this morning. It is currently 12:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am not a customer of Wendy's. I am not there actively buying anything. I am not their customer. I was a customer when I made that transaction at 9:45. That's your problem. When people aren't spending money, you're still holding them to this obligation, this thing of being your customer. Until they make an order, they are not a customer. They can go and have all the burgers they want prepped. The person on the fry station can be the best fry person, get the right amount of crispness, Wendy's tell them to leave it in there for 5 minutes, but they have been working there so long. They know that that fryer don't quite get up to the right temperature because they've been there so long and they are the best at what they do. They know that they need to leave them fries in there for 5 minutes and 32 seconds. They know this. So I'm about to get the best fry ever. They have that skill. They can go and make the best fries ever. But if ain't nobody in that line, they'll have no customers. Sorry to tell y'all. I can get on here for 8 hours. I give y'all all this information. It can be, I know my value. I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table. But if I can't get 50% of y'all, because I'm gonna shoot high. I don't want 10%. People will say the average conversion rate of people is like on most people's websites is like 2 to 5%. No, I'm shooting for 50%. Okay, 100%. I got 3,000 people on one YouTube channel, 25,000 on another. I should be able to easily get a good 500 people to go to the site right now and take advantage of these 50% off. You don't spend so much money for Christmas. You need to recoup. So if you're going to need sublimation paper to make money to recoup the money that you spent for Christmas, why not get that sublimation paper and ink for 25% off? You still sell your stuff at the regular price. So I am helping you instantly increase your profits. And if you don't know how to design, you don't know how to price properly, I'm giving you the classes for 50% off for you to go and flip that investment and make more money. I've been on here almost 2 hours. If I go now to my Shopify, I know my worth. But if none of y'all saw the value in what I said and did not go to my site and buy anything, I'm just worthy. I ain't got no more money. My account is not going to grow anymore. My sales aren't going to go up. I just came on here and just gave you a good word. I was just entertainment for the day. Free entertainment for the day. That's how you have to also think about your business. Is what you're doing converting? So glad that you asked. Yes. So let's go ahead over and let's share the screen. Let's pull y'all back. And let's flip y'all around. And let's share the screen over here. All righty. We're going to tilt down. Okay. All right. So on the website right now, you get 50% off of all of our classes except the design challenges. Baby, them things are only $5.63. Don't play with me, okay? They $5.63 for at least 2.5 hours of amazing teaching. I'm not discounting those. Y'all can forget that, okay? You want them design challenges, you're going to have to go ahead and drop that $5.63 on them design challenges, okay? Sublimation crash course, 50% off. You can get that right now for $16 and some change. You're getting 2 sessions. 2. The first session, we went over what is sublimation, ideal printers, heat presses, ovens. We went over templates. We talked about substrates, designing and sizing. But I understand, I just feel like that's the missing component. Not the business side, sizing. You have nothing to sell if it's not made properly. Sizing, designing from Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Canva, whichever you choose to use. That's what we're going to focus on Saturday. I promise you, once you get that, most of the other things will fall into place. Because that's normally the number one struggle. You got the printer, you got the ink, you got the paper, you got the heat press, you got the oven, you got a tumbler press. I just found out y'all using heat guns to make tumblers. You got all of the things. You got all of the things. But then I see you come in the group. How do I change this color? How do I add a name on this? Can somebody remove the background? How do I add pictures? How do I size this? I designed it on my iPad, but then when I go and I try and print it, it's not the right size. It's too small. It's too big. How do I properly size for a shirt? This is too small. These are the questions I'm seeing all the time. Y'all got access to YouTube, but y'all still ask them same questions. Y'all ain't find them answers on YouTube. I promise you can find them answers on Saturday. At least some of them. To get you going. It's 50% off. If you click on the little icon at the top that says 365 CA classes and playbacks, we have a plethora of options for you. I'm gonna go down here. I think someone asked me the differences in the graduation fans. I'm gonna go back up and I'm gonna start there because someone asked that question specifically. Hopefully you're on here. So when it came to these two, with this particular one, we have fan templates. Okay. We have fan templates. These it's quite a few of them. There were a lot of people who just did not know how to make the templates work. Like they needed like a little bit of help on just designing. You can still somewhat design freely, but because we have templates, it's like, how do you remove the background? How do you size it? If they sent me a picture that was like this, what's the best way to utilize this picture? You can know certain skills. I know how to make, I know how to remove the background. I know how to, put it on the template. But you're like stuck when it's all said and done because they sent you a design where it's damn near just their neck up. What do I do with this? Do I want it big, small? How do I position it? The arm is cut off. What do I do for that? Is there a way for me to camouflage it? What can I do? Right. So when I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, I did that. You can knowing how to design and knowing how to use a software are two different things. You can know how to use the software, but don't know how to properly design to make it look good, to make whatever they're giving you look good, or be able to identify, hey, the picture that you submitted, it's just not going to work for the type of product or service or fan that, whatever it is that you want. Do you have another? How to work that. That's what we went over in this one. We did not make anything. It was all about designing. And of course, it was in Silhouette Studio. This is no Photoshop or like that. It's just Silhouette Studio. This particular one, however, we went through how to design them, how to make them. If you had a regular printer, how to make them. If you were doing it with sublimation, if you wanted to laminate cardstock and then press it to it. I don't remember if I did the one with my EcoSolvent printer or not, but maybe I did. Then we went through how to design it for the paddle fan. How to do that one, where how to make a template for it. You can either pre-cut your laminate to go on top, or you can, just put it, the whole sheet and then cut it out. How to make your design fit in there, how to change the background, how to change the colors, how to choose fonts. So this one went through pretty much everything. We also use my templates on this one, like my various templates on this one. So this particular one took you from design to finished product. The other one just focused on designing and things that you need to know how to use the pictures that you have. So hopefully that clears that up for you. Okay. So we have that. We have pricing for profit. Those who struggle with it, I break down not just one way, because everybody's a little bit different. You get, I think, 2 different ways that you can look at pricing for your products or services. We break down the differences between them. We break down how how you should calculate for all of your machine. Most people, all you guys consider about is yourself as a worker bee, how much you want to pay yourself. You're not doing this by yourself. You got machines. They wear and tear. They get worn down too. They get tired. Some things happen. You need new blades. You need ink. You need cutting strips. You need to, get more syringes so you can blow out the ink and fix and stuff like that. Where that money gonna come from when it's time to fix it? When your printer is on sick leave, will it want to go on sick leave? Your cutting machine wants to go on sick leave. Okay, they want FMLA. They're like, I can't do it no more because they don't broke down. Where that money gonna come from? Have you accounted for that? Are you paying them for the work that they're doing? Did anybody teach you that all of your equipment are employees? They like employees. They doing a job and they should get paid. Every time you using it, there should be a price associated with it. Did anybody ever teach y'all that? If not, pricing for profit and pricing therapy. Go ahead, holler at it. Essentials to Photoshop. Foundations of designing. Teaching about concept, layouts, choosing the right fonts, understanding colors, depth perception. Do we do text effects? A little bit of text effects on that one? I think we did, but it's all the foundations of designing. I think someone asked a question, so we kind of explored things like making a what's that thing called? Making a brochure. It didn't come to me. I'm like, what the hell? Making a brochure. If you want to do the characters where you're switching out the faces, how do you select? Y'all see Hulk right here? You see a young man. We didn't do that in Photoshop to change his face green. We did that in Silhouette Studio. You can do that. We made the Spider-Man one. We made his face red. You learn how to do that in this particular class. This one is kind of sort of like, you know what? Let me see. Kind of sort of like that one, but it was like, this was like a lot of everything. We did different design techniques, different we did actually, I adjusted this price. I need to adjust this one, but we did like banners, how to look at things and then recreate them. I mean, we did a lot in this one, a lot of tech stuff. So they're the same, but not quite the same in these two. You benefit from both of them. Photoshop, this was simply image editing and how to do different effects. It complements the Photoshop essentials because it gives you a little bit more practice. This one is still up there. I don't feel like it was like, it was good. Was it one of my best? No. What I'm going to do this right now. I'm gonna do it right now. It's a good class, but do I feel like it was like really, really my best? Because we didn't necessarily go over like piecing it together because I did a live video with it. It was more so, again, I teach designing. So it's more so about the design concepts for it. That's like more so what that particular one was. So we're gonna do this. Where is oversized? Oversized. Where is oversized? Oversized. And it's like, and we're gonna redo that one. That's like, that class is probably like 2 years old. I believe that one's probably oversized. About 2 years old. Let me see. When did we create this? A year old, because this took place in October 2022. I didn't realize I still had that on the listing. I'm gonna make it worth your while. Okay. Boom. We're gonna take $10 off of that. There we go. Then we have the full on sublimation seminar. Crash course is just a little sample. The seminar was 6 full days. I mean, breaking down everything. This right here, if you are trying to figure out which heat press to get, the way that I break down heat presses on this day, everything from the heating element to the handles to the pressure, the way they rebound on heat, like, I mean, we went through it all on this particular day. It's like really understanding heat presses, common mistakes, looking at like the different errors, being able to read when you print it out and something is missing, like it's like the colors are off, you got lines in it, how to read your prints so that you can automatically know if it was an issue with just color, was it your print settings that maybe you forgot to set it to high quality, how to tell if a color was missing or broken. Like that's what we kind of went through in the common mistakes and errors when you're pressing things, you know, where those errors coming from. We went through all of that. Design software kind of like breakdown and, you know, the differences between the different file formats, what's going to be ideal. We showed a lot of examples. We're going to, like I said, we're not going, this was over 6 days. That was just for that. So we're not going into it that deep. This actually goes into it a little bit deeper. We did so many different blanks. We sublimated to colors, reds and oranges and greens, so you can see the difference to that. So here, it's a whole lot in that 6-day seminar. Then we have custom text effects. And all this is in Select Studio. You can do some amazing text and make it look like bubble letters, 3D, ombre effects, split text, how to outline it. Someone asked about the shirt that I had on yesterday. We teach that in this one. So that one, absolutely amazing. 3 days of a bunch of different text effects that you can do in Silhouette Studio. Remember, Silhouette Studio is free. Event decor and oh, look, see, I normally don't maintain the site. My husband does. So I didn't even realize this is on sale. So you're going to take, it's already 33% off from 65.60. I'm not even going to change this one. Right now it's saying 43.65. You're going to get 50% off of additional on top of that. And we went through chip bags, water bottle labels, Capri Suns, Rice Krispie trees, how to create your own templates, 2D toppers, 3D toppers, banners, gift boxes, centerpieces. So like if you wanted to do the oversized centerpieces, we went through that. 7 days of absolute amazingness. Vectors. This one, we went, vector designing is basically an SVG. So we created some things from scratch. We did some things with text. Text can be an SVG. We made our little cupcakes from basically all shapes. So putting together a bunch of different circles, welding them together, making and like skewing our, using edit points to make our muffin pan. We added little eyes and little mouths and stuff to it, make it all cutesy and stuff. So we did that. We manually traced cell phones, an Apple. It was something else. We made it to where like you look like you got taken a bite out of the apple. Like these are all different design techniques to make SVGs. So we went through all of that manual tracing, how to customize files that you already have. We went over logos, like basic logos in the vector-based training. Memorial designs. I don't teach traditional memorial designs. If you're looking for a full-on class, how to do the pearly gates, how to do a bunch of wings and halos and all this, you get a little smidget of it, but a good majority of this one is going over non-picture designs. Those are some of my top sellers. Not everybody likes to have pictures, but if all you ever learn is how to put pictures on memorial designs, you're limiting yourself. You get some elements. It's so funny because Miss Wood, just like she posted like a little while ago, she made something that was for something totally different. And she was using the elements that you get with the memorial one, because you get some things like wings, some you get some skylines, but there's like these little like flashes and like little sparkles. You get rainbows, and she was using them in other designs. Of course, Essential Silhouette Studio, that's our flagship class. That is our main class, our top selling class to teach you everything, like all the essential tools of Silhouette Studio. You have the switch up, and then you have Cricut DS to Silhouette Studio crossover. So this one does not go over everything of Silhouette Studio. It compares apples to apples, oranges to oranges. I show you how it's done in Cricut Design Space, how you know to do it, and then how to translate that into Silhouette Studio. So that's what that particular class is. We've had way more classes than this, but we retire classes after 2 years. So most of these classes are going away. We are going to have a whole new lineup of classes starting in 2024 after the second week. A lot of these some of these will be basically repeated. We're going to bring back some of the old classes that we did because it's time for them, because it's been 2 or 3 years since we've done them live. Okay. Thanks for all of your excellent videos. Since I found your channel in 2019, after I found out that I have a rare blood cancer from active duty Army, about to go shopping on your site. Thank you so very much. Let me go grab a class so I can get back on track. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello from Georgia. All right, y'all. I got to go get Zani Mani's iPad. I got to go get lunch. And I'm going to come back, and we're going to do a little bit of diving into Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Canva, just so that you can kind of see a quick little glimpse of the differences in the two. And then we're going to, of course, go deep in on Saturday. So I encourage you guys to go over to the website, sign up for the crash course, because we're going to do, a serious crash course in designing on Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. I got to go. Until next time, have a great one. Oh, wait, hold on. I saw something up here. Hold on. I have some props too. It's mostly pics of shirts where I'll remove the background. Hold on. I'm missing something. I still need a silhouette class. Okay. Nope, not that one. I do my own backgrounds. I go to Walmart Michaels and I get props. Limit the props that you guys are using. I have a class, and when I had like with my doctorate program 2 years ago, we had this session about staging, and there's a difference in a staged picture, and you don't want to necessarily remove the backgrounds. Like, they serve a purpose when you are doing those, and it's almost like lifestyle pictures. It allows the person that's viewing them to see how it can be used. Like, they can imagine themselves, like, sipping from a cup or doing, X, Y, and Z. We kind of use the mug for that example. But if your background doesn't really lend to what it is, if you have a journal, think about how people write in their journal. What's the ambiance that they want? And create scenes like that. But just using a static, like everybody's using, like, if all you ever do is put it on like a wood background, or you have that god awful, sometimes dirty, dingy looking white fur, if that's all you're using, you're not using any other elements, it's not really helping you it's not helping your photos. You'd be better off getting a plain piece of cardstock, poster board, making it to where it curves, and just putting your items on it, taking a picture. That way, if you wanted to, you can remove that out, put it on, a different background, a colored background. I've taught that in my classes on websites and stuff like that. And we look at other websites and how you see the color behind it, and it's superimposed shadows and stuff like that on it. So we've gone through like all of that. So limit the amount of backgrounds and props you're using if it's just to showcase the product. If it's supposed to be like your main product page, when you go to websites, look at how the main one, it's no distractions. It's like that is the feature. Most of my edits are cropping the images and making them brighter if they look too dark, but that's good. Those are the type of edits you want to do. That's why I need to invest in marketing and SEO. When you say invest in marketing and SEO, does that mean that you're looking to invest in someone that can train you and help you on different things for that? Or you're just saying that you need to actually like just do it and take pictures and have your website where you can do SEOs. Uh, how do you edit? My pics look unedited. So someone asked that. So it's about cropping it down. When you go and look at videos for photographers, so many of you guys try to get, like, you try to zoom in and you're messing with the light. This is why your images are looking so dark. So you want to pull back, take the picture, have all of the extra around it. You'll see parts of your kitchen or wherever you're taking it at, and you edit that out on the editing floors, kind of like what we say. So once you bring it into either a computer program or either on your phone, you're going to edit that out because you're going to be able to crop that down. When you crop it down, it's going to bring the picture closer to you anyway. So it's okay to have a little bit of all of the other stuff around you. You want to give yourself enough negative space. If you don't know how you plan to use it, where you plan to use it, do you need to have it cropped in a 1-to-1 square? Do you need it to be cropped to 6 by 19 or 19 by 6 or any other size? So you want to give yourself room when you're taking some of them. Some you will go in and take a close up. Others you want to give yourself room. And then when you edit, it'll be a little bit easier. It won't be so dark. I'm going to convert the page and convert it to my business page. I'm about to post. Okay, let me make sure. Oh, well, you got to follow back. I followed you back. You got to let me know what that page is. Let's see. I'm getting paid at my job, gaining knowledge to do when I get home from my business. Okay, awesome. Hey, if you're on your job and you're able to, but I still say, I'm still gonna stand by that. Take a break on your lunch break. Do something for your business because you never know what's gonna happen when you get home, especially if you're like me, you got kids. What's your solution for better photos for marketing? Okay, I just kind of answered that one. Let's see. The craft groups is duplicating everything, trying to stand out and respect other skills. All right, I think everything else I read. Well, I just that once I leave TikTok, I can't see your questions anymore. So I just wanted to kind of go through and see them. I've also added shoes and pants, but they thought I was selling the whole outfit. Yep. Don't do like that's not a it can be a good thing sometimes depending on how you are presenting it, and you may have that fine print that says accessories not included. That's what they normally do, like when they're advertising. So if you're going to do that, there's a certain way to do that. If you're going to add all these other elements, if you want to kind of create a lookbook for them so they can envision how they would wear the shirt, but make sure that you put accessories or additional clothing not included, put something on there where it's just for the shirt only and things like that. I think now you got me there. I haven't done that. I'm so mad. I missed all of these. A wrong color tumbler. My husband took it to work, got me 7 sales same day. Amen. Hey, I'm gonna celebrate with you. Woohoo! Oh, how did you start? I'm in my head. I've been on here for too long. I'm not sure if you're on here, Daisy's daughter. I'm gonna follow you back. Hopefully, or Miss C. Hopefully, I will be able to come back on and answer that one. I've told my story before about how I got started, but I'll do it again. Let's see. All right, everything else I read. All right, y'all. I went through those. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Nope, that's all of it. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Peace.